Hey there, it's Nick here and welcome to the channel.
Today's video focuses on the basics of Microsoft Excel formulas.
So if you are new to the channel, please subscribe by clicking on the subscribe button below. Also hit on the bell icon to get notified when I post any new content. If you are an old subscriber, thank you for being part of the family. Now let's get to the PC and do some work.
Hello guys and welcome to the Microsoft Excel series. In the previous video, we learned about the basics of Microsoft Excel and also navigating through the software. If you've not watched that video already, then please I would encourage you to go back and watch that video, since this video today is a continuation of that. And so I'm gonna put a link to that video in the description and also above this video. Today we're gonna learn about what Excel formulas are and how to use them in some basic computations. And so let's get to it. Excel formulas are used to perform some basic and some advanced mathematical computations, and the way it works is you start by typing an equal sign, and that is followed by any number that you want to compute, and you can do this in any cell of your choice. And another thing I want you to note is that all formulas that you use, they return a result of your calculations. And so how do we enter a formula in Excel? So we can do that by simply going to the search box and then type in Excel. And then we're gonna open it, or just double click on it to open. And from here, we're gonna start a blank workbook. And this is gonna show us, we're gonna see the work sheet here. And so what I'm gonna do is I'm gonna zoom in just so that you guys can see whatever I'm gonna do. And so here we have a very blank worksheet, and let's say for example we want to add 1 to 3 in, let's say, cell B5. So what we do is, this is the column B and then this is the row 5, and so the place where B and then the 5 intersects is here, and so that is my cell B5. And so like I mentioned earlier on, you do this by first typing the equal sign on your keyboard. So I'm gonna do equal sign, and the first operation is to add 1 to 3. So I'm just gonna type 1 and then type the addition sign. And you can do this if you are using a normal keyboard. You can do this by just pressing the shift button and then the plus, like this, and then the second number that we want to add is 3. So if you've done this, then congratulations, you've just typed your very first Excel formula. And so this basic formula, what it's doing is it's adding 3 to 1. And then after I'm done with this, all I'll do is to hit enter. And voila, we have the addition of 1 and 3 being 4 in our cell B5. So let's do another simple computation. Let's say we want to subtract 5 from 50 and then return the result in cell B7. So how do we do that? So this is the column B, this is our 7, and so we first, again, by equal sign, and then what we want to do is type the 50 first, because we are going to subtract 5 from 50, and then do our minus sign and then 1, like this, sorry, and then 5, that was our instruction. And once that is done, we just hit enter and we got 45. And so 50 minus 5 gives us 45. The next thing we want to do is, for example, let's look at multiplication. So we want to multiply 2 by 8 in cell, let's say B9, for example. So I select my cell B9, I do my equal sign, and then I say, okay, well, 2 times. So how do you see the times or the multiplication symbol in Excel? So you do that by pressing again the shift, pressing and holding for that matter, shift, and then on your keyboard at the numbers you see by 8 you see this star or asterisk symbol there by 8, and then just on my keyboard is by 8, but it may be different from yours. And so on mine is 8, and so I'm just gonna type that, and then the second number is 8, like this. And so this symbol you see here is the multiplication symbol in Microsoft Excel. And so for that, once that is done, I'll just hit enter, and 8 by 2 is 16. And let's also look at how do you divide in Microsoft Excel. This is very simple, just as the other operations that we've just looked at. So let's say we want to divide 100 by 10, and then we want to do that in cell B11. So I'll just go ahead and select cell B11, do equal to, and then I'm gonna do 100 divided is the backslash, and then 10, like this. And so this backslash symbol you are seeing here is the division symbol. And once that is done, I'll just hit enter like this. And 100 divided by 10 is gonna give us 10, right? The last thing I want to show you guys is how do we do exponents, right? Let's say I want to do 2 exponent 2 or 2 exponent 3, 5 exponent 10. You know, if you have huge number, how do you do the exponent? Very easy, in just a split of a second. How do you do that? We start by our equal sign, we shouldn't forget, and then we want to do 67 exponents. So how do we see the exponents? Again, we press the shift, press and hold the shift, and then on my keyboard, by the number 6, I have my exponents there. So I'm just gonna hit it and then release. And then let's say I want to do 67 exponents 2, for example, or exponent 3, for example. What is that gonna give me? So this symbol you see here is the exponent symbol in Microsoft Excel. And once that is done, I'm just gonna hit enter, and this is the results I get. So these are some basic operations. And so really, how then do you see formula that you just entered? And maybe if you want to edit it, how do you do that? It is how you do that is very simple. You just click on the cell containing your results. So for example, on cell B5, it's containing the result of adding 1 to 3. So I'm just gonna hit on that. And let's say I want to change my addition. All I have to do is come to the formula bar up here, and then let's say I want to do this time 57 plus 3, for example, and I hit enter. It's just gonna edit my function for my formula for me. And I can do the same thing for any of these. So let's say here I want to do 7 exponent 3 rather. Let's say there was a typo, it was a mistake I did, and so I want to edit this. I'm just gonna in my formula bar just clear the 6, and then now I'm just gonna get 7 exponent 3 like that, and I hit enter, and it's gonna give me the result. Very simple. And so let's say, you know, you wanna submit this, and so you really wanna make it look, you know, a little presentable. So you can add text here, and I'm gonna do a separate video about adding text in Excel. Alright guys, so if you're able to follow through with me all the way to the end of this video, then congratulations, because you just learned your first basic Excel formulas. In the next video, we're gonna go a little advanced and then have more fun with Excel formulas.
Thanks for watching today's video. If you enjoyed it, please like and share with others. Also, let's get interactive by dropping your comment in the comment box below and following us on both Facebook and Instagram. See you in the next video.